Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki may have accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of practicing false democracy, abusing the use of security institutions to steal the will of the people. Governor Obaseki stated this in a statewide broadcast following the declaration of the president's political party, All Progressives Congress, APC candidate, Monday Openholo winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC in the last Saturday Edo State governorship election amid allegations of the wrong use of men of the Nigeria Police Force, NPF for the falsification, inflation and manipulation of the election results at some collation centers. Governor Obaseki during the broadcast stated that the outcome of the last Saturday Edo governorship election was not only a tragedy but a travesty or false representation of democracy in Nigeria. Adding, Edo people feel powerless in the face of brute force by institutions that ought to protect them. Governor Obaseki, who urged the people not to take laws into their hand, or to start violence or destruction of properties as a result of the provocation, said peace and justice will always win, saying, he knows that many of the people feel sad, vexed, aggrieved and daunted in the spirit following the outcome of the Guber poll. According to Obaseki, there were rates of impunity and reckless disregard to the rule of law and processes during the election. On his counterpart member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP and Governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Umaru Fintiri, who was the PDP chairman for the election, in a news statement posted on his social media account, said, he wept for Nigerian democracy after he witnessed what he described as shameful Edo gubernatorial election where APC governors used armored escorts to intimidate voters. I weep for Nigeria's democracy after witnessing the shameful Edo gubernatorial poll. The APC's desperate attempts to discredit me by falsely claiming I announced results won't distract from the real issue. I merely shared results from INEC's eRef portal, as collated by INEC from the various local government areas. What's truly shameful is APC's national chairman flying into Edo with a private jet on election day, defying movement restrictions, while their governors used armored escorts to intimidate voters. This blatant disregard for democratic norms is the real brigandage. Nigerians are outraged, slamming INEC for compromising and favoring APC. The reported vote buying, disruption of collation processes, and suspicious results with more votes than accredited voters undermine trust in our democracy. Democracy indeed is under attack. We must condemn this rape of democracy and demand accountability. The world is watching, and Nigeria deserves better, Governor Fintiri stated. We had reported that the last Saturday Edo State gubernatorial election appeared to be a very big interest for the incumbent governor of the state, Godwin Obaseki, and the former governors of Edo and Rivers states who are currently the incumbent senator representing Edo North and FCT minister, Adams Oshiomhole and Nyesom Wike respectively. Nyesom Wike has said he felt betrayed after he helped Governor Godwin Obaseki to secure power for his current second tenure in office through the People's Democratic Party, PDP, when the then All Progressives Congress, APC national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole disqualified him from contesting the governorship seat on the platform of his then political party, APC, in 2020. Adams Oshiomhole had in several occasions also described Governor Obaseki as a betrayal, saying he regretted choosing him as successor in 2016. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had in 2020 called on Edo people to vote Governor Obaseki out of office and he shouldn't be given second term too. Roll the people, but many people in the state then picked offense on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's statements, who was only then APC national chieftain. The 2023 presidential election that got President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into power as Nigeria president has been an issue of concern to many. Scores of people believed that the 2023 election was filled with irregularities, violence, disenfranchisement of eligible voters, manipulation of election results, among other insinuations or allegations, but the Nigeria Supreme Court of Justice ruled that the political parties and candidates who contested the 2023 presidential election outcome in court were not able to prove their case of widespread margins of irregularities, manipulation of election results, violence, disenfranchisement, even though the Apex Court noted that there were isolated cases of the allegations which were not enough to rule otherwise against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was declared winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Governor Obaseki had refused to sign the traditional routine peace accord agreement on the ground that those who ought to be the promoters of peace are already causing violence ahead the gubernatorial election by thus intimidating, harassing and arresting members of his political party, PDP, to weaken the chances of PDP winning the areas where the arrested and detained party chieftains hail from, saying, the authorities at the federal government are doing so for APC to win the governorship by all means. The tension in the state meant the Benin monarch, Omo Nabanido Uku Apolopolu, Oba Ewura, the second, to order Bishusu sacrificial ceremony to alert the gods or deities in Benin Kingdom to avert any act of calamity before, during and after the governorship election.
My dear good people of Edo State, in the last few months, the various political parties have embarked on very rigorous campaigns to sell their respective candidates for the office of governor to the people of Edo State, in an exercise which came to a climax yesterday. The attractive thing about democracy is the power it bestows on the people to choose who governs them. Therefore, when this power is blatantly seized from the people, it is not just a tragedy, but a travesty of democracy. Regrettably, the outcome of the September 21st governorship election appears to have daunted the spirit of many Edo people who feel powerless in the face of the brute force of the institutions that are supposed to protect them. It is therefore understandable that many people feel sad and aggrieved. But in the midst of this despair, I'm urging all my fellow Edo citizens to maintain calm and not resort to violence and the destruction of property in spite of this provocation. Peace and justice will always win at the end, and this is my prescription to all the good people of Edo State who feel vexed and violated at this time. Clearly, it is obvious to the least discerning the amount of impunity and reckless disregard for processes and law that was displayed in this gubernatorial election. In a democracy, there are always safeguards for addressing grievances, and we hope that all those affected will seek resolution for this blatant disregard of law and process. With this in mind, I implore all Edo people to go about their lawful businesses and rest assured of the commitment of our government to your well-being and security. God bless the people of Edo State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Please to condone off access, thereby restricting movement in the area. It took the protest of Governor Obaseki to make an entry into the state INEC office and register the displeasure of the PDP with the irregularities of the collation process. At the point of the truncation of the collation exercise, these are the results that have been collated. 1. Esan Central, APC 8,618, PDP 10,990. Esan Northwest, APC, Northeast, APC 10,648, PDP 12,512, S22. Esan Southeast, APC 8,398, PDP 14,199. Esan West, APC 12,952, PDP 11,004. Guber, APC 5,407, PDP 8,470. Esako Central, APC 10,990, PDP 8,611 and 18. Oriomo, APC 16,059, PDP 16,614. Ovia Northeast, APC 13,225, PDP 15,311. Ovia Southwest, APC 10,150, PDP 10,260. Owan West, APC 12,277, PDP 11,284. Owan East, APC 19,380, PDP 14,189. Ohuode, APC 8,673, PDP 9,339. We thereby demand a restoration of the collation process in accordance with the Electoral Act and the INEC rules and regulations for this election. Any other illegal and unlawful actions going forward will be a violation of the will of the people and an abuse of the Electoral Act 2022.
Went to INEC to seek to meet with the REC to try and understand what steps the INEC was taking to continue the process of collation. When I got in there at about 2 a.m., I did not see any collation taking place. And the REC refused to come out to explain what the situation was. Subsequently, the DIG police, Frank Guber, then came in and had a meeting with me where I explained that if INEC was postponing or stopped the collation process, then as part of their rules, they should inform the public or the citizens what next. As at 3 a.m., there was no information from INEC as to what was going on or what was going to happen next. It was subsequently after my insistence and meeting with Mr. Frank Guber that INEC now released a statement at about 5 a.m. this morning, informing the public that collation process will start at 10 a.m. this morning. So my going there was essentially to obtain information from INEC because they had refused to put any information in the public domain as to what was going to happen with the collation process.
Welcome, bringing you the news in a more digital way.